Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Well, Hazra says that after the vision of God, one acquires 6 powers. M. Those who seek pure love do not want powers. Master. Perhaps Hazra was a poor man in his previous life, and that is why he wants so much to see the manifestation of power. He wants to know what I talk about with the cook. He says to me, "You don't have to talk to the cook. I shall talk to the manager of the temple myself and see that you get everything you want." Yam laughs aloud. He talks to me that way that I say nothing. The various power siddhis, Anima, Mahima, all this, when we study the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, the Sadhana Pada and Samadhi Pada and all that, the attainments when we come to, we see the Vibhuti Pada also. In Vibhuti Pada, various powers you are going to gain through the yoga has been described and how to achieve it. I can be here and not visible to anybody. That process is called Sanyama. Sanyama consists of Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. Suppose I meditate upon space. And space is my object of meditation. I meditate so much, clearly visualizing it, identifying with it, that I forget the world, I forget my body, and I have become myself the space. This is called Sanyama, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi together. When we attain this Samadhi, now I can disappear and appear anywhere because I am space. I can demanifest myself and manifest anywhere I want. Suppose I meditate upon air. Air is everywhere but invisible to eyes. Now object of my meditation is air. I meditate on air to be one with it, identity. When I become identified with the air in my meditation and separate myself from the rest of the world and body and become myself independent of body and mind, one with the object of my meditation. I am sitting here but nobody can see me. These are the various powers that we get through yoga. Now, Hazra's understanding is that, Hazra says, after vision of God, one acquires these divine powers. Actually, these divine powers are obstruction to the final yoga. They come in the path that we go. But nothing is lost, nothing is, because God realization includes all that you can seek in this world. But you will never want anything, because now in this world we are searching for small happiness. enjoyments of this world. Suppose you become the Lord of this universe. Do you want to possess anything in this world? It is yours at all times. You have freedom. It is yours and yours only. Like that, suppose a man is searching for a job and suddenly somebody shows him a mine of gold and says, this mine is yours. Will he go in search of any job, or will he go begging in the streets? No more. What all he can get in the world from anybody is already there in this mine of gold. So, like that, when you see God, of realizing God, you don't feel like having these small powers with you which you can disappear and appear. Who wants? So, but you have all the powers. You can do and undo anything because laws of nature you are transcending. Laws of nature do not bind you. You can dissolve your bodily existence any moment, and if you want, you can create hundreds of bodies at a time as yourself. You can have 100 bodies also. Doesn't matter. But one who has realized God will never go against the laws of nature. If mother wants, if nature wants, is ready to do anything, mother, your will be done, not mine. I have no will to do. And when he comes to that stage alone, he realizes God. Sri Ramakrishna gives the explanation. Maybe he was a poor man in the previous life. How that unfulfilled desires start working. Some of the devotees, though they are devotees of God and seeking spiritual enlightenment, we see them interested in small things. That when I was on the banks of Narmada, one of the foresters' child was there. The child newborn baby, maybe 1 or 2 months old, whenever he sees any picture with a snake, his whole concentration would go to that snake. He'll be going on gazing. There was one bell used in puja that had a snake head on that. And when he was taken to the shrine, he would gaze at it, go and touch it. So many photos are there, so many objects are there, he is not interested. He is interested in that snake. And Durga, this one is there, calendar. In Durga's hand there is snake. He will go and touch that snake. So many things are there with Durga. But her Ganesha is there. Ganesha's big stomach is there, elephant trunk is there. He goes and touches the small snake on the stomach of Ganesha. I observed this. He's always interested in the snake and looking where Sheshashai, that calendar used to like, because Vishnu is sleeping on the snake. I used to wonder, was he in his previous life was a snake or anything, or a snake charmer or something like that? That because no child has that attraction, but only this child has got that unknown tendency. So longing for wealth and possession, there must have been a intense poverty through which he was passing through, and with that he has left his previous life body. But good karmas he has done, that he is taking a human birth again, though with poverty, but after taking human birth also, again he is longing for that wealth and powers. M. Many a time you have said that a devotee who loves God for the sake of love does not care for God's powers. A true devotee wants to see God as Gopala. In the beginning, God becomes the magnet and devotee the needle. But in the end, the devotee himself becomes the magnet and God the needle. That's what you say. God becomes small to his devotees. M is telling Master's word, presenting him back. You had told us this knowledge, given us this knowledge. Master, yes, it is just like the sun at dawn. You can easily look at the sun. It is not dazzling to your eyes. Rather, it satisfies them. It is pleasant and cool to the eyes, the rising sun. God becomes tender for the sake of his devotees. He appears before him, setting aside his powers. God is omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, at the same time omnicompassionate. So, when he sees the devotees, he puts aside all his omnipresence and all that, only omnicompassion. Filled with love, he moves with the devotees, sometimes like a mother, sometimes himself like a child to be taken care by the devotee. Master, yes, it is just like, but you see how much of surrender, how much of love of God, how much of dedication we must possess to get that state of reaching God somehow. The world will not leave us. We have to slowly move to the neutrality, not to be attracted, not to be disliked. I should not dislike this world, hate or go away, run away, nor cling to it, hold on to it. Just for sustenance, it is there, it is there. Mother does all the arrangements for the sake of devotee. Master, he appears before them, setting aside his powers. Both remained silent for some time. M. Why should your visions not be real? If they are unreal, then world is still more unreal. For there is only one mind, that is the instrument of perception. Your pure mind sees those visions, and our ordinary minds see worldly objects. Master. He is explaining because Master asked him, see, when a jnani asks a question, we do not understand why is he asking me. So many times you say, how much of knowledge have I got? How much percent of knowledge have I got? It is how much he is capable of understanding, how much of he knows me. Now the Master, in one way, he is teaching the world. It is not between the M and Master alone. What is going on is for the rest of the world to pick up. Now, how a guru takes care of the disciple, sees his understanding and knowledge to take him ahead. Now, I give a mantra, suppose, to a disciple, make him a disciple by giving a mantra. Then, every moment, I have to be careful and see what is his condition. Now, I give a mantra, how much he has been able to climb to, how far he has gone, how elevated he has gone. It is known from his behavior. His attachment to the world, has it decreased? His love for God has decreased. Has he been able to sacrifice for others? These are the reflections where we see the manifestation of his divinity. Accordingly, we'll be guiding that soul. Oh, he needs this one now. Now, he needs more of studies, adhyayana. Oh, read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, read Thakur's life again. He says, I have read already. Once more you read. Then he gets more from that, just reading one's life, Thakur's life. When he had studied, when he had read earlier, his state of mind was different. His understanding that he got of Sri Ramakrishna was different. Now his state has changed. Now the same life, what he had read, gives something, some meaning beyond what he had known. Every act of his, every word, every part of Leela is a presentation to the world. So there he starts understanding more and more. His path is opened to higher levels. Now he is doing a particular japa, particular number of times. The Guru asks, can you increase a few malas more? And decrease this, increase this. Now he is coming to, his heart is feeling the presence of God. So he says, reduce your studies, increase love of God through singing the names and glories of God. All this, increase your prayer. Slowly, the Guru is seeing, now asking a question, what is the Hazra's condition? What does he see? All this he is taking out from the disciple. How much? And disciple is giving back. You see, above he says, God has made you with his own hands. Oh, to that level of understanding you have come. He has not been able to see God has come down in human form yet. But Girish Chandra Ghosh, he has a little more faith that God himself has come in the form of Sri Ramakrishna. His own intuitive understanding is awakened to recognize Sri Ramakrishna. Now, at what stage the Yam may be there compared to Girish Chandra? Now, he is telling God is different from, but he has made himself with his own hands. To that extent. Now, it is God who created the universe and all beings. He is in front of him in this small human structure is very difficult to understand. So, to know and how the Guru understands the disciple and how disciple must get prepared to the Guru's questions, and the moment he asks, oh, he is opening something. When Guru and people of knowledge are asking some question, he is preparing for something. It is not something ordinary question. It is taking out inside, changing the inner structure and building up the disciple's spiritual world. Master is telling him, M is telling, if your visions are unreal, then the world is more unreal. For there is one mind that is the instrument of perception. Your pure mind sees those visions, and our ordinary mind sees the worldly objects. Now, visions are different from the objects of the world. These are presentations of Maya. The spiritual visions are projections of revelations from God. And from the other side. But He is the one who is pervading the universe and controlling it. Now, He has assumed a human body, and He is just like an ordinary jiva who has climbed to a very high position in spiritual world, is getting the vision. He is also now and then peeping to the beyond and giving the information. This results in our understanding as the vision of God. Master, I see that you have grasped the idea of unreality. What is unreal? This world is unreal, the unreality. But what is real is hidden. Now, I see that you have grasped the idea of unreality. Now, he has to grasp the idea of what is real. Nitya, nitya vastu viveka. Nitya, anitya, when we understand this world is anitya, then we start searching for the real. Well, tell me, what do you think of Hazra? Again, the Hazra is brought into question. Yem, oh, I don't know. Master laughs. Master, well, do you find me to be like anybody else? Master, no sir. Master, like any other Paramahamsa? Yem, no sir. You can't be compared with anybody else. Master smiling. You have heard of the tree called Achina? Literally unrecognizable. Achina. Chinliya. I have understood. No, sir. Master, there is a tree called by that name, but nobody knows what it is because it cannot be recognized. Yeah. Likewise, it is not possible to recognize you. The more a man understands you, the more uplifted he will be. How he is bringing out the inner contents, you see. They are covered by, inside there are layers of understanding coming up. The aspirant himself will not be knowing. They are in queue. We can't see the one coming up alone at a time, you can see. The next, what is standing behind the next bullet, we don't know. So each has a new understanding. Now, within it is there, it has not been brought out to his mind. He has not thought in that direction itself. He is trying to absorb what Master has told than to know what Master is. Because Master wants to know who he is, who you are, and what is the relationship. Later on he says, you must only know this much. Who am I? Who are you? What is our relationship? Between God and Bhakta and Bhagavan, what is the relationship? Bhakta and Bhagavan. And what is the thing that he has to attain in his life. Bhakti and Bhagavan. Who is God? Who is me? They are same matter in different aspects as Jiva and Ishvara. Is God manifesting in and through a body is Jiva. Its root is in God, rooted in God. So this relationship, eternal relationship, which has never been broken, even when the Jiva is under ignorance and under the spell of Maya, he doesn't know. So Sri Ramakrishna is asking, what do you think of me? Again and again, to make him slowly grow towards the reality. He has known what is unreal now. He has to take him to the reality. We are eternal. We are eternal mother and child. Eternal master and eternal servant. Well, do you find me, do you find me like anybody else? No, sir. Like any other Paramahamsa? No, sir. You cannot be compared with anything else. Master. About the tree. There is a tree called by that name. Nobody knows what it is. M. Likewise, it is not possible to recognize you. Here it comes from within. The more a man understands you, the more uplifted he will be. To know Sri Ramakrishna is God is to realize God. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.